eclipse of the strawberry moon, presented by Science at NASA. On June 4th, 2012, there's going to be a full moon. According to Native American folklore, it's the strawberry moon, so called because the short season for harvesting strawberries typically comes during the month of June. This strawberry is going to have a bite taken out of it. At 3 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, not long before sunrise on Monday, June 4th, the moon passes directly behind our planet. A broad stretch of lunar terrain around the southern crater Tycho will fall under the shadow of Earth, producing the first lunar eclipse of 2012. At maximum eclipse, around 4:04 a.m. Pacific, 37% of the moon's surface will be in the dark. Because only a fraction of the strawberry moon is shadowed, astronomers call this a partial eclipse. But it's totally beautiful. The eclipse is visible in North and South America, Australia, eastern parts of Asia, and all across the Pacific Ocean. On the Atlantic side of the United States, the eclipse occurs just as the moon is setting in the west. Perfect timing for the moon illusion. For reasons not fully understood by astronomers or psychologists, low-hanging moons look unnaturally large when they beam through trees, buildings, and other foreground objects. In fact, a low moon is no wider than any other moon. Cameras prove it, but the human brain insists otherwise. The eclipsed moon, hanging low in the west at daybreak on June 4th, will seem extra large to U.S. observers east of the Mississippi. The fact that the extra size is just an illusion in no way detracts from its visual appeal. The Sun-Earth-Moon alignment that causes this eclipse is the second of three rapid-fire celestial lineups. First, there was the annular solar eclipse of May 20th, when the moon moved between Earth and the Sun to turn our star into a ring of fire. The lunar eclipse of June 4th reverses the order of the Earth and Moon so that the moon is eclipsed instead of the Sun. Finally, we have the transit of Venus on June 5th and 6th, when the second planet moves directly between the Earth and Sun. Backyard astronomy doesn't get much better than this.
Presented by Science at NASA. Nothing stirs the soul of poets and lovers like the sight of a full moon rising on a warm autumn night. Nothing, that is, except the sight of two moons rising. If a paper published recently in the journal Nature is right, two moons once graced the night skies of Earth. The idea has not been proven, but it is drawing the serious attention of researchers. It's an intriguing idea, says David Smith of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And it would be a way to explain one of the great mysteries of the Earth-Moon system. The moon is strangely asymmetrical. The moon's near side, facing us, is dominated by vast, smooth seas of ancient hardened lava. The moon's far side, on the other hand, is marked by mountainous highlands. Researchers have long struggled to explain why the two sides of the moon are so different. And the two-moon theory, introduced by planetary scientists Martin Jutzi and Eric Asfog of the University of California at Santa Cruz, is the latest attempt. NASA's Grail mission, launched from the Kennedy Space Center on September 10th, could help unravel the mystery. Smith is the deputy principal investigator for GRAIL, which stands for Gravity Recovery and Interior Laboratory. GRAIL consists of two spacecraft that will orbit the moon in tandem, precisely mapping the moon's gravitational field and thus revealing how the moon's interior is layered. Among other things, this could test the two-moon theory. Most scientists believe that when a Mars-sized object crashed into our planet about 4.5 billion years ago, the resulting debris cloud coalesced to form the moon. Jutzi and Asfog say that the debris cloud actually formed two moons. A second, smaller chunk of debris landed in just the right orbit to pace the bigger moon around Earth. Normally, such moons accrete into a single body shortly after formation, explains Smith, but the new theory proposes that the second moon ended up at one of the Lagrange points in the Earth-Moon system. Lagrange points are a bit like gravitational flytraps. They can hold an object for a long time, but not necessarily forever. The second moon eventually worked its way out and collided with its bigger sister. The collision occurred at such low velocity that the impact did not form a crater. Instead, the smaller moon went splat, forming the contemporary far side highlands. In short, the lunar highlands are the lost moon's remains. When Grail examines the lunar far side, will it find evidence of a long-lost moon splattered across the ancient gray landscape? For answers to this and other